Hello again. This is my week 7 recap. Um, so I'll go through the week. Again, I had quite a few things happen throughout the week. Most of it was more feeling than anything else. On the 11th of January, I kind of asked if anyone was there that wanted to speak to me. And I just felt this happened 2 days in a row. I just felt this feeling of love, and that just kind of hit me pretty much immediately. And so, uh, what I did was I just kind of sat in that feeling and just kind of milked the feeling, I guess, for the rest of my time for that meditation. So it really kind of lifted you up for the rest of the day. Second day on the 12th, it was kind of the same thing. I just kind of asked, and again received this feeling of love that was just something that I just kind of sat in and just milked it. Again, I wasn't getting anything audibly and wasn't really seeing any visions. It was just more of a feeling, and sometimes those are actually, for me, I find them pretty beneficial because again, I feel like the more you practice that feeling, the more it kind of manifests in your life. So it really didn't matter to me whether I was coming into contact with anybody. It was just actually, for me, a kind of a very productive meditation anyway. But nothing that I could, again, from what I could see, I couldn't really do anything. I just felt the feeling, and that was it. On the 13th, I don't know why I asked this, but I just kind of asked, what was the most important thing that I should know at this time? And I, I felt the answer. It felt like the answer was given to me. But I couldn't really make it out. And sometimes for me, it's almost like it downloads into my consciousness, and then later on I'll have like an aha moment, like like an idea that will come up to me. It'll just kind of be an off the wall one, and I don't know if I attribute it to this, but I think that is the case because this is kind of the second time that this has happened, that I've noticed it. Um, Throughout this experiment, where I had, it was like I didn't get the answer right away, but eventually I got an idea later on. And this one was kind of something, again, productive in my life. It had to do with humbling myself. Um, Sometimes again, I read a lot of books on, like motivation and um, law of attraction, things like that. And sometimes you can get lost in the creating of stuff and creating of experiences, which is not really the point, I think, of the law of attraction. The law of attraction is most, from what I understand, is really trying to lead you through an intent of kind of like humbling yourself, becoming more love. Because you can kind of go two ways with it. You can be very selfish, or you can be very loving and giving and very grateful. You could, I guess the best way I can describe this is just having an analogy, I guess, is that you can have the same intent, same desire, but have different intents. And one may be good and one may not be quite so good. If you're like asking for money, for example, but the money is for like selfish reasons, more for you, so it's like you could have this money so that you could buy things, then that may be a kind of a selfish way of going about it. But you can also desire money, but desire it because you want to provide more for your family. And that's more of a loving type of desire. And so you see, it's like you have the same desire, but they have different intents. Um, so it was kind of, from what I can get, it was trying to humble myself and try not to stir on the selfish side, I guess, and which at times I think I feel like I was doing, um, and again, not quite on purpose, but it sometimes it creeps in, the selfishness aspect of it, and it's just trying to, from what I could get, the idea was just kind of trying to be more humble. 14th was nothing. 15th, I had a vision of someone giving me a pamphlet of papers entitled "The Limits of Human Potential." I don't know why. And it was very interesting, actually. From what I tried to read it, but it seemed like my meditation vision just kind of disappeared after that. So because I found that kind of interesting, on the next day, on the 16th, I decided I was going to go back to that pamphlet and read it. And so I was going to read it, darn it. So I started, I was able to get back to that pamphlet vision, and I began to start reading it, and it was, for me, I was going through the pages, and I was finding it very interesting. Again, I don't know if some of that will creep in later on, but it's nothing that I could grasp intellectually at this time. And then there was this one page that I just had, all of a sudden I had a lot of difficulty opening up, and I was trying to open it and almost kind of trying to force it in the beginning, and then I just kind of tried to relax and just, I don't know if just imagine it open by itself or imagine it loosening up, but it was more of a different type of energy that I was putting into it, and that opened it up. And then it kind of again disappeared into this weird, brilliant colored, like, pattern. I don't really know what that had anything to do with. I don't really understand it. And then that was pretty much it. And that was it for today. So that was it for the week. So a lot of interesting things. But I think the overall message that I got is that I just need to be a little bit more humble with my exercises, and just kind of maybe not expect things so much, not expect things to come the way I expect them to come, just say, well, let's see what happens. So it's an attitude that I feel like I need to work on. I mean, I'm doing okay, I guess, but I could do better. So I'm going to start working on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care.